First question will go to Mr. Sabot. And thank you very much for your business. I understand through the CAM committee that I'm on that you actually produce pipe that is resistant to some extent to earthquakes. So it's pretty special. I think that's fantastic. And I also understand, sir, that 70 associations have sent a letter to USTR trade representatives complaining that Canada may be breaching NAFTA by doing so. How did the industry get an exemption last time, and what opportunities could be leveraged now?
Interesting. Thank you for the question. Last time, the government was very aggressive in selling their story in the United States. And essentially, they found out who the proponent was of Buy America inside the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act. They found out that really that proponent was had access to the Canadian market unfettered, but the proponent was most worried about China. So in discussions with them, the government had great discussions with them. Our bureaucrats did a fantastic job. They were able to secure a letter signed by the proponent that says they were fully supportive of the Canadian exemption. That letter was given to the Prime Minister, and the Prime Minister passed that on to President Obama. And that was very instrumental in getting a Canadian exemption to Buy America. There's always opportunities that can be leveraged in order to, when negotiating with the Americans. And certainly green infrastructure is one right now. The Americans are very concerned as well about our nuclear waste that's up at the Bruce power plant. And they have indicated that they would be very willing to dispose of that in Michigan. We should and could use that as leverage in order to exact a Canadian exemption to Buy America. That's something they want. We want something. There's no reason why we can't come to some sort of an agreement. There's many, many, many other examples like that. And Mr. Lewis, you asked about our innovation. We make a pipe that is earthquake resistant. It's called Buy-N-Access R. It's made in Saint Laurent, Quebec. And it's sold all up and down the West Coast in the United States and Canada. And that's another example of Canadian innovation fixing an American problem. And I really believe that that's what we should promote with the Americans. We should be working as a trading bloc, not working against each other.
Thank you, Mr. Sabot. Through you, Madam Chair, and thank you, Mr. Sabot, for that answer. Through you, Madam Chair, to Mr. Lyman. I'm really fortunate. I am the Auto Caucus, Conservative Auto Caucus Chair for the Auto Caucus, I guess. And I guess it goes like this. I did hear what you had said to Mr. Massey with regard to, you know, you're not really driving into auto, but you did speak a lot about EVs, electric vehicles. I will tell you, I had a conversation yesterday with the Canadian global auto manufacturers industry, and they are on track for 2030 for some 121 electric vehicles. However, in the meantime, they said that we still need pipelines. We need them desperately. And so I'm wondering, sir, with regard to Line 5 and not losing jobs and keeping the economy going today, I'm wondering what impact short term would having Line 5 shut down do in our economy as we still strive towards zero emission vehicles?
Well, the shutdown of Line 5 would remove something in the order of 60% of the refined product supply for Ontario, and therefore significantly increase prices. There may be some ways in which, hopefully there are ways in which some products, gasoline, aviation fuels, etc., can be brought into the province by rail or by truck, but that will definitely be more expensive. The ultimate answer to a permanent shutdown of Line 5 is only the construction of an additional pipeline into the area, and that would clearly take years to achieve, given the difficulties that other pipelines in Canada are having with permitting processes today. And so, it would probably increase prices considerably. one of the things that's always been typical of transportation fuels is how energy inelastic they are. That is, they're relatively unresponsive to significant increases in prices.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you, Mr. Lyman.